Hello, fellow travelers. I'm so glad you're here. Today, on August 11th, 2025, you might be dreaming of your next great journey. Perhaps you see yourself wandering through ancient Roman ruins, gazing up at the Eiffel Tower, or just sipping coffee in a sunny Viennese square. Europe is a continent filled with history, art, and countless stories waiting to be discovered. It's a place that can change you, open your eyes, and fill your heart with memories that will last a lifetime. Traveling here is more than just a vacation. It's an education, an adventure, and a chance to connect with the world in a profound way. Embarking on a European trip can feel a little daunting, especially if it's your first time. You might be wondering where to start, what to pack, or how to navigate a place where you don't speak the language. These are all normal questions. The good news is that, with a little bit of preparation and the right mindset, you can travel with confidence and ease. In this guide, I want to share 3 of my most essential travel hacks. These aren't complicated secrets, but simple, powerful ideas that have transformed my own travels for decades. They are born from experience, from missed trains, happy accidents, and countless conversations with locals. These tips will help you travel smarter, deeper, and more freely. They'll help you save time, money, and stress, leaving you with more energy to soak in the incredible culture that surrounds you. Think of these as your keys to unlocking a more authentic and rewarding European experience. So, let's get started. My first and most important piece of advice is this: pack light. I cannot say this enough. This is the single most effective thing you can do to improve your travel experience. Imagine gliding through a busy train station while others struggle with giant heavy suitcases. Picture yourself easily climbing the stairs to your charming elevator-less hotel room in a historic building. When you pack light, you are giving yourself the gift of freedom and mobility. You become a nimble traveler, not a burdened tourist. Every extra pound you carry is a weight that holds you back from spontaneous detours and easy exploration. Think of your luggage as an anchor. The bigger it is, the more it restricts your movement. A heavy bag can dictate your entire day. It makes taking public transportation a chore and walking even short distances a workout. You'll find yourself taking expensive taxis just to avoid hauling your belongings. Packing light, on the other hand, empowers you. It allows you to say yes to walking through a lovely park on the way to your hotel, or taking that scenic but slightly longer route. It simplifies your life on the road and keeps the focus where it should be, on the experience. The goal is to fit everything you need into a single carry-on-sized bag. For most people, this sounds impossible at first, but I promise you it's not only possible, it's liberating. Look for one that is durable, lightweight, and meets the carry-on size restrictions of most major airlines, which is typically around 9 by 14 by 22 inches or 23 by 36 by 56 centimeters. A backpack-style carry-on keeps your hands free, which is incredibly useful for holding tickets, a map, or a delicious gelato. This single piece of luggage will become your trusted companion on the road. Packing cubes are a traveler's secret weapon. These small, zippered bags help you compartmentalize and compress your clothes. You can use one for shirts, one for underwear and socks, and another for pants. They keep your suitcase organized so you're not digging through a jumble of clothes to find one specific item. Rolling your clothes instead of folding them is another great space-saving technique. You'll be amazed at how much more you can fit into your bag when everything is rolled tightly and placed into packing cubes. It's like a fun game of Tetris, and the prize is a smooth, stress-free journey. When it comes to clothing, think layers and functionality. Choose fabrics that are lightweight, wrinkle-resistant, and quick-drying like merino wool or synthetic blends. Pack neutral colors, black, gray, navy, khaki, that can be easily mixed and matched. Then, add a splash of color with a scarf or a tie. A scarf is a fantastic multi-purpose item. It can keep you warm, dress up an outfit, or even serve as a makeshift head covering for visiting religious sites. Limit yourself to 2 pairs of shoes, one comfortable pair for walking all day, and another slightly dressier, but still comfortable, pair for the evening. Finally, be ruthless in your final packing decisions. Lay everything you think you need on your bed. Then take a hard look and put half of it back in the closet. I know it sounds drastic, but you will thank me later. Do you really need 5 shirts for a 1-week trip when you can wash 1 or 2 along the way? Do you need that bulky hairdryer when most hotels provide one? Every item should earn its place in your bag. By mastering the art of the carry-on, you're not just packing a bag, you're designing a better, more flexible, and more enjoyable trip. Let me tell you a story that perfectly illustrates the power of packing light. A few years ago, I was traveling by train from Florence to the Cinque Terre in Italy. My train was scheduled to arrive at the station in Vernazza, one of the 5 beautiful coastal villages. However, due to some track maintenance, there was a last-minute announcement that our train would now be stopping at Corniglia, the neighboring village instead. The conductor announced that a local shuttle train would eventually come, but it could be an hour or more. For many on board, this was a disaster. I watched as my fellow passengers groaned and started to worry. Many of them were burdened with enormous rolling suitcases, the kind you could practically live in. They were trapped. They had no choice but to sit on the platform and wait, their heavy luggage anchoring them to the spot. The thought of dragging those bags up the steep hills of Corniglia to find a taxi or a bus was simply out of the question. Their travel plans were completely derailed by this one small, unexpected change. They looked frustrated and helpless, their vacation excitement momentarily replaced by stress, but for me and my travel partner who each had just a small backpack, this was not a problem. It was an opportunity. We looked at each other, smiled, and decided to walk. The path between Corniglia and Vernazza is one of the most stunning coastal hikes in all of Europe. It's a trail that people travel across the world to experience. With our light backpacks settled comfortably on our shoulders, we set off. We were free to turn this inconvenience into an unforgettable adventure. The hike was breathtaking, with panoramic views of the turquoise sea and terraced vineyards. We arrived in Vernazza about an hour and a half later, feeling exhilarated and alive. We had experienced a piece of the Cinque Terre that most people on that train missed entirely. We checked into our hotel, refreshed, and were sipping a cool drink on the harbor long before the others even arrived. This experience was a powerful reminder. Your luggage can either be your ball and chain or your ticket to freedom. By choosing to pack light, you give yourself the agility to embrace the unexpected and turn travel problems into travel triumphs. My second hack is about mindset. Make a conscious effort to go local. A trip to Europe can be so much more than just seeing the famous monuments and museums. The real magic happens when you step away from the tourist crowds and connect with the everyday life of the place you're visiting. This means eating where locals eat, shopping where they shop, and taking the time to observe the rhythm of daily life. It's about experiencing the culture, not just looking at it from behind a velvet rope. This approach will transform your trip from a series of photo opportunities into a collection of genuine, meaningful experiences. Going local is also a fantastic way to save money. Tourist trap restaurants and souvenir shops right next to major sites are almost always overpriced and honestly, often offer lower quality. Just by walking 2 or 3 blocks away from the main square, you can find a family-run trattoria with better food at half the price. Visit a neighborhood market to see what's in season, and maybe even assemble your own delicious picnic lunch of fresh bread, cheese, and fruit. This is not only budget-friendly, but it's also a wonderful way to feel like you're a part of the community, even for just a little while. Connecting with local people is the heart of this approach. Don't be afraid to try out a few words of the local language. A simple hello please and thank you can go a long way. It shows respect and opens doors to friendly interactions. Ask a shopkeeper for a restaurant recommendation or a baker for their favorite pastry. People are often proud of their hometowns and happy to share their knowledge with a curious and respectful visitor. These small moments of connection are often the most cherished memories you'll bring home with you. To truly go local, you have to be observant and curious. Sit at a cafe for an hour and just watch the world go by. Notice how people greet each other, how they dress, and how they spend their time. Take public transportation, the bus or the metro to see different neighborhoods beyond the city center. Attend a local festival, a community concert, or a soccer game. By immersing yourself in the local scene, you gain a much deeper understanding and appreciation of the culture. You stop being just a tourist and become a temporary local. And that's where the real adventure begins. Finding that authentic local side of Europe requires a little bit of effort, but the rewards are immense. Start by doing some research before you go, but look beyond the top 10 lists. Read travel blogs, look for articles written by locals, or explore guidebooks that focus on off-the-beaten-path experiences. Instead of just searching for things to do in Paris, try searching for best neighborhood markets in Paris or locals' favorite parks. This will lead you to places that are cherished by residents but often overlooked by tourists who stick to the main attractions. One of my favorite strategies is to simply get lost on purpose. Pick a neighborhood that looks interesting on a map, put your phone away, and just wander. Allow your curiosity to be your guide. Follow a charming cobblestone alley, peek into a hidden courtyard, or step inside a small, unassuming church. This is how you stumble upon the real gems of a city. The artisan workshop, the quiet garden, the family-run bakery that has been there for generations. This kind of unstructured exploration allows for serendipity and makes you feel like a true discoverer. Let me share a story about what going local can really mean. I was in Bologna, Italy, a city famous for its incredible food. Instead of booking a table at a well-known fancy restaurant, I decided to take a local cooking class. It wasn't in a sterile, professional kitchen. It was in the home of a woman named Elena, a grandmother who had been making pasta by hand her entire life. Her apartment was cozy and filled with the wonderful smells of garlic and fresh basil. She spoke very little English and I spoke very little Italian. Our communication was a delightful mix of gestures, smiles, and a few key words. She showed me how to mix the flour and eggs, how to knead the dough with the palm of my hand, and how to roll it out into a paper-thin sheet. Her hands, wrinkled with decades of experience, moved with a grace and precision that was mesmerizing to watch. We made tagliatelle and filled tortelloni, all while her husband sat at the kitchen table reading the newspaper and offering friendly commentary. It felt less like a class and more like being welcomed into a family. After we finished cooking, we all sat down together to eat the meal we had prepared. We shared the fresh pasta with a simple tomato sauce, along with some local wine and cheese. The food was delicious, of course, the best I had in Bologna. But the experience was about so much more than the meal. It was about the connection, the laughter, and the shared humanity. I learned about Elena's family, her city, and her passion for food. It was a genuine, heartfelt interaction that I never would have found in a typical restaurant. That afternoon in Elena's kitchen was one of the most memorable experiences of my trip. It cost less than a fancy dinner out, but it was infinitely richer. It was a perfect example of how stepping off the tourist path can lead to incredible rewards. I didn't just eat Italian food, I experienced the culture of Italian food. I connected with a local person and created a memory that I will cherish forever. This is the beauty of going local. It turns your vacation into a journey of discovery and human connection. The final hack I want to share is perhaps the most challenging but also the most rewarding. Learn to embrace the unexpected. No matter how perfectly you plan your trip, things will go wrong. Trains will be late, museums will be closed for a surprise holiday, and you will get lost. You can either let these moments ruin your day, or you can see them as part of the adventure. A flexible, positive attitude is the most valuable thing you can carry with you. Sometimes the best travel memories come from the moments that you didn't plan at all. Think of your itinerary as a suggestion, not a contract. It's good to have a plan, but it's even better to be willing to throw that plan out the window when a better opportunity presents itself. Maybe you meet some friendly locals who invite you to a neighborhood festival, or you discover a charming little town that wasn't in your guidebook. Don't be so focused on your to-do list that you miss out on the magic of spontaneity. The best trips have room for detours, for lazy afternoons spent people watching in a park, and for saying yes to an unexpected invitation. One way to build this flexibility into your trip is to avoid overscheduling your days. Don't try to cram 3 museums, 2 churches, and a walking tour into a single day. You'll end up rushing from one place to another, feeling exhausted and overwhelmed. Instead, plan one major activity for the morning and leave the afternoon open for discovery. This gives you the time and mental space to wander, follow your interests, and see where the day takes you. It allows you to travel at a more relaxed, enjoyable pace. When something does go wrong, a missed train, a rainy day, a wrong turn, try to find the silver lining. A missed train might give you an extra hour to explore the town you're in. A rainy day is the perfect excuse to spend a cozy afternoon in a museum or a historic cafe you would have otherwise skipped. Getting lost can lead you to discover a fantastic hidden gem. By reframing these setbacks as opportunities, you can turn potential travel disasters into delightful adventures. Your attitude is everything. A happy traveler is a flexible traveler. So there you have it, 3 simple but powerful hacks to transform your European adventure. Pack light to give yourself the gift of freedom and mobility. Go local to connect with the authentic culture and create meaningful memories. And embrace the unexpected, allowing for the magic of spontaneity to shape your journey. These principles aren't just about logistics. They are about adopting a mindset that will make your travels richer, deeper, and far more enjoyable. They are about being an active participant in your adventure, not just a passive observer. As you prepare for your trip, remember that Europe is more than a collection of famous landmarks. It's a living, breathing continent full of diverse cultures, incredible food, and warm, welcoming people. The goal is not to see everything, but to experience the places you visit in a genuine way. By packing light, you'll be free to wander. By going local, you'll find the heart of a place. And by embracing the unexpected, You'll create stories that are uniquely your own. This is your journey, and you get to write the script. Don't let fear or uncertainty hold you back. Traveling is one of the most rewarding things you can do. It pushes you out of your comfort zone, broadens your perspective, and reminds you of the beauty and diversity of our world. You have the tools and the mindset to travel confidently and well. Trust your instincts, be open to new experiences, and remember to smile. The world is full of friendly people who are happy to help a curious and respectful traveler. Now, it's time to start planning, dreaming, and getting excited. Your European adventure is waiting for you. Whether you're exploring the canals of Amsterdam, the highlands of Scotland, or the beaches of Greece, go with an open heart and a curious mind. Create your own path, collect your own memories, and come home with stories that you'll be telling for years to come. Happy travels, and I hope to see you out there on the road. Enjoy every moment of your incredible journey.